can, try to put a little soft smile on your face. Imagine your Mona Lisa, because what you express on your face is translated into your body, and your body is eavesdropping on your thoughts. Keep that in mind. All right, so our chair. We're going to start with lifting the sky. And I don't know, I need to move fast because I have very long limbs. Lace your fingers, and I want you to practice whatever way you normally lace your fingers, do it the opposite way, and that way you're putting a new message in the brain. We're starting new pathways in the brain. So we're lacing the fingers together. Turn your palms out. Inhale, again, lift up as high as you can. Push up into the sky. So make your body long, look up at the hands. Sip in some more breath. Part your hands and close your eyes. And as you exhale, let your arms float from the sky down toward the earth. Moving slow, even, and soft, just like your breath. And let's repeat. Again, lacing your fingers opposite the way you normally would. Turn the palms out, breathe in. And this time we're going to push a little higher up through the heel of your right hand. So I'm going to mirror you. If you're pushing up through your right hand, you're lengthening the liver. Ease off. Again, close your eyes and exhale. Lacing the fingers again. Breathe in. Push up through the heel of your left hand, lengthening the left side of the body. Opening the spleen and the pancreas. Sip in some more breath. Part your fingers and exhale. Last one. Inhale, lace the fingers. Push up through the heel of both hands, making your body as tall as you're able. Closing the eyes as you part your fingers. Exhale, imagine your hands are tracing down the edge of a golden globe of light that's surrounding you. And for the next one, we're going to activate the kidneys. The kidneys are associated with the winter. It's a little chilly out there. We want to keep them warm. We're going to transition into the spring, which is the liver. The liver is connected with the earth and springtime. Since it's still a little cool, we're going to do both liver and the kidneys today. So in a chair, just lifting your heels, swinging your arms up, throwing your arms down and tapping your heels heavy on the floor. If you're standing up, you're going to be doing the same thing, lifting on the balls of the feet if you can, drop down heavy. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop. Like you're trying to wake someone up below you. Inhale. Open mouth with your exhale, so you're letting go whatever you don't want. Breathe in. Drop down and exhale. Yeah, just do what you can. Heavy into the heels. Try 2 more. Good. And now we're going to step your feet apart if you're standing. If you are in a chair, I want you to sit forward on your chair. I'm going to go back to the chair and demo, but while I'm here standing, you're going to bend your knees and you're going to rotate your hips in circles like this. Like you have a big hula hoop on the ground and you're tracing the hula hoop with your hips. If you're in a chair, you're forward in the chair, or just modify this, rotating and using the lower part of your lumbar, hips, and you're rotating, feeling the tailbone as you roll back, and both sitting bones, pubic bone as you roll forward. Either way. Now we're going to go in the other direction. So this little hip opener is really good because gravity is always pushing things down toward the earth. And we want to simply wake up the energy that's stuck in our hip area and let it be available for the rest of our body. Now we're going to do a little spinal cord breathing. So we work the spine this way. Now we're going to flex and extend the spine. So again, in a chair or standing, stay standing if you want. If you're in a chair, you're forward on the chair. You're going to curl your tailbone back, and your arms could stay on your legs if it's not comfortable to lift them up. So you have a choice of this or this. Breathe in as you look up, curl the tailbone back. Squeeze in the shoulder blades, put that smile on your face, make it a little bigger. Exhale, bring the chin in, elbows together, press the spine back. Inhale, curl the tailbone back, smile into the sky. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Standing, breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. This is really good to do every day. And then slowly lower. Remember, all of these can be done anytime during the day. There's no negative effects. So that's the great thing. We're just going to practice moving our mind and body and breath together. So we're going to slow things down a little bit. And if you're standing up, you're going to lift your toes. So the toes are off the floor. Spread them out, lay them down. Now gently lean forward into the ball of the foot and sink back on the heel. So you're not lifting your foot at all. You're staying planted into the ground, leaning forward, shifting back. You do a variation of this if you're in a chair. Shifting the weight. Keep your feet wide in the chair so you have a strong base. Now we're going to lift our arms. This is called fair maiden's hands. So we're going to lift our hands up, and remember, the wrists are going to lead the way. We don't come any higher, and our arms are empty, so we're as high as shoulder height. Now turn your palms and exhale, like their hands are just going to float down. The wrists are a little weight, and the fingers just follow down as we sink back into the heels. So inhale, let the ribs lift up as you sink into the balls of the feet. Exhale, sink back. Breathe in, lift the wrist quietly. Bending the wrist, sink back. You're tracing your hands down the invisible wall. Inhale. Exhale, sink. Long exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. Inhale. Nice. Long exhale. Slow, even and soft movements. It's easy to go fast. Hard to slow down. One thing that you gained an understanding of is when we don't slow down, our body reminds us that we need to. Now you're in that road of recovery, knowing that there's a more beautiful place on the other side of balance, paying attention to your breath, I'm grateful for every exhale as we let out what we don't need. Visualize that inhale moving into your body with that pure breath, nurturing and healing your body. One more. And exhale. Now we're going to clear our lines of tension. We're going to do knocking on the door of life. So I have my legs apart again. You can do this in a chair. It's a little more tricky, especially if you have a back on the chair. So bend your knees. You're going to make little gentle fists with your hands. And we're going to practice bringing your hip forward. So remember the 70s bump. We're doing the bump dance. You turn and you bump somebody's hip. Maybe that'll be the post-COVID handshake again. Okay, we're going to tap at the front of the hip bone, and the back hand taps behind underneath the ribs. And because your hips are the middle of your body, when the hips swing forward, the shoulders and the arms are simply going to follow the strength of that power movement of your hips. And again, feel free to open your mouth with the exhale, as long as you're breathing in through the nose. If you're feeling a little tension, or maybe you even need to wake up a little bit this morning, let go. Now we're going to move our hands up and tapping at the lungs. And you could change from a fist to just using your fingertips and tapping if it's a little more tender in any area. So the lungs, we're going to tap right under the collarbone. That's the lung meridian. We're still in the midst of that COVID. So allergies, all of those things that impact breathing in the lungs. I'm just going to open up those pathways. Taking your hands up behind you as much as you can. And your movement is what feels right for your body. So you can go slow, or you can go a little faster. Or slow. Now we're going to come down the middle of the body, under the rib cage, a little tapping to the liver and spleen. So if you don't have time to do the full body tapping that we do in a little bit, this little bit here, it's very nice to do in the morning especially. Now, just take a minute, bring your legs together, and take a little pause. So bring your hands over your abdomen. If you want to sit down again, feel free to. I'm giving you that option because the next one could be done seated or standing. Close your eyes. See if you notice any tingling in your body. Bring your attention to your feet. Maybe you quickly lift your toes, spread them out, lay them down again. Noticing your connection to the earth beneath you. Again, if you're feeling a little tingly, that's normal. That's a great thing. That's our chi that we're stirring up. And just slide your hands. Just move your hands down over your thighs. So next we're going to shake the tree. It's springtime. There's a couple variations. And again, you could do this in a chair. So if you're in a chair, you're going to lift and drop your shoulders. So your hands are just an accessory to your arms. The arms are not connected to your body. And again, in through the nose, and if you would like, open mouth, exhale. So that's in a chair. The more you lift, the heavier they drop. If you're standing, your feet stay underneath you, your knees bend. Again, it can be as gentle or as slow as you want it to be. Practice lifting and dropping. So not to go fast. Maybe you practice just lift, drop, drop. what happens is people start to shake their hand and they stop. They do. This is what happens. So the key is to let the movement come from the top down. And this also is going to loosen up your entire shoulder and neck area, which is what our essential goal is. And if you want to shake your hands out to the side, you're shaking beautiful fruit from the tree. And again, you can pretend you're Kermit the Frog. Shake. Okay. And again, we're just going to turn our hands to the floor. So simply bend your wrist. Little bend in your elbow. Arms are softly away from your body as if you have an egg under your armpit. Gentle bend in your knees or you're sitting. Eyes are closed. Gentle smile to your face. Imagining that your hands are connected to a string to your shoulder like a pendulum with your wrist bent. I want you to imagine a circle, the center of your palm is circling a dime. So it's a very gentle, soft, slow movement. Like you're tracing the outside edge of a dime laying on the earth. Go in the other direction. Now we're going to turn our palms up. Breathe in. We're gathering in the sky. Collecting the sun, turning your palms toward your body. And as you exhale, so my hands aren't going to touch my body, they're just coming down in front of the body, tracing what's called the triple warmer, which is the pericardium part of it. Lift up, breathe in, exhale. One more, inhale. Exhale. Next, we're going to do our balance poses. So it's something to hold on to, and if you've had enough, and you sit on the edge of the chair. You could put one thigh on the chair and just let your other leg lean off the side. So from the side, you're going to open up your thigh. So,
how do you want that clean?
Music to our center, great. Lift your toes.
From end to top, the whole thing.
That corner, hold on. Sorry, everyone. Okay. Now, your leg is close to your chair or wall is what your standing leg is going to be for extra security. So whatever you have to support yourself, like each of us in this room, we're here to give each other support. So lift the toes of the leg next to your chair, spread them out, lay them down, and we repeatedly do this so you get used to feeling the whole surface of your foot on the floor. Lift your ribs up away from your hips. Take a little tuck in with your tailbone. So you're going to tuck under, keep the ribs lifted up, raise the leg to the outside. From the side, the arm is back, the leg is forward. Your swinging does not have to be big, and you could touch your toe to the floor in the front and the back if you need to. Remember, you're not being graded. If you're swinging the foot, I encourage you to flex your foot. It makes it a little easier, you'll get a little more energy. Again, keep your ribs lifted up. Think about lifting into the sky, growing up toward the sun. Find your breath and go slow. Remember, we're not racing anywhere. Been there, done that, right? It's just a time to see where your range of motion is today without pushing it. We live in a culture that's constantly encouraging us to push the river and do more. I think this pandemic is here to teach us all a lesson of how wonderful it is to just sit and watch the river. And let's quietly switch to the other side. So if you are using a support, go to the other side or switch, whatever is more convenient for you. Always one side's going to be easier than the other, so reposition your foundation. Standing leg, lifting those toes, spread them out, lay them down, shift the weight into the leg. Lengthen your spine again. Just see how this side feels. Try a couple more swings. Good. And now finally lower both feet. Now we're going to review something we did last week. So I'm going to come closer to the camera for you to see what I'm doing. We're going to be doing wrist knocking. So we have an outer and an inner side. And you can do either both outer. So one, your back of your hands are touching, the inside of your hands are touching, or you can do one and the other. So you're going to pick whatever is going to work. Let's do a little of all of it, okay? So the inner gate, that's what this is called, the inner gate. These are acupressure points. We're working the energy lines, and this is to help balance emotions, and the outer gate is for immunity, okay? And the next thing we're going to do after that is scrubbing. So you'll bend your knuckles and we're going to scrub them together like this. This helps to energize the hands. So knocking at the wrist. And again, you can be seated. Don't feel like you have to stand this whole class. There, if you need it. Again, these acupressure points are things that you can do during the day to stimulate circulation and to balance out the nervous system. So I'm on the inside, now I'm going to switch to do the back side. You're going to experiment and see one side feels more tender. It's normal, normal. Nothing wrong with you, just remember that. Sometimes people ask, how long should I do this? Well, as long as it feels comfortable. If you are someone who likes structure, the minimum is to do sets of 36. So 18, 36, etc. We go that way. Now let's take your fingers, bend those knuckles, and scrub. So rubbing back and forth, you can do the knuckles to the middle of the finger, and then we're going to go over the nails. Okay, so both scrub vigorously like you're scrubbing a burnt pan. Although I'm sure all of you are excellent cooks, never done that. Scrub. Now go to the nails. Burns, that's perfectly normal for what you're going through right now. And then turn your hands down to the floor, little cupping. Close your eyes, or you could be seated with your palms facing the floor. Or you can even turn your palms out. So this is like a receiving. Feel that energy down through your fingertips. And release. Okay. Before we go on to the next section, we're going to do one more standing. We're going to do this wide leg. This is a big variation of the entire posture called swimming dragon. It's a movement that involves all the joints and muscles in the body. We're just going to focus on the upper part of the body, so you'll feel a stretch. We're going to bring our palms together at our chest. We're going to shift the weight into one side and lean out. So you're going to just bring your hands parallel, sliding toward one shoulder, look over the other shoulder. If you want to shift your weight into the leg, that's an option, not a requirement. Breathe in the center, shift to the other side, exhale, and you're pushing the arms out as much as you can, looking over the other shoulder. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, and breathe out. Push. So the front arm is a little longer. Making it as long as we can today in this variation of swimming dragon. One more to each side. Give your arms a little break for a moment. It can be tiring, so remember whenever you need to ease out, feel free. You get a free card. I'm going to bring my legs in a little closer. If you need wide stance for balance, that's okay. And you can also park on the front of the chair to do this. Perfectly acceptable. We're going to try this with your arms coming up and over your head. And as you come to one side, the front arm is going to be long. Your palms are going to stay together. You're going to cross under your chin. When you come out as far as you can, your hand flips. We're going to cross the waist. Flip the palm. And then cross at the knees. So if you're standing, you might even have to bend a little bit. Flip the hands like a pancake. Cross at the waist. Come back up under the chin. Cross under the chin. Very nice, beautiful movements. Inhale, your hands come to the sky. Exhale, return to the center. So normally the feet are together. It's harder if your feet are together. You can leave them wide as much as you need to. Cross under the chin, at the waist. Bend the knees to bend at the knees. Come back to the waist. Let your hips slide like you're swimming, a swim dragon flowing through the water. Lift up. It's really nice for the lymph nodes under the arms. We're just going to continuously flow for a few rounds. To the side, to the knees. Come back to the waist. Remember to flip your palms like you're flipping a pancake. They stay connected though. Hand comes into the sky. Let's give them a little break. Bring your hands back to your heart. Continue, and I'm going to move my feet together. So a traditional swimming dragon, your tailbone is under, so your shoulders are back. And as you make the circles, you're using all the joints and muscles in the body. But this part is challenging. It helps seal the energy in the middle body. So let's start. Breathe in. Just doing whatever variation works for you. Cross under the chin. Sink a little bit. Cross at your waist. Breathe in, cross at the knees. Come back to the waist. Cross under the chin. Lift up into the sky. If you're able to come up on the toes, sink down with your exhale. Smile when you do this. This helps to brighten your aura. Take a breath in, slide across, exhale at the knees. Breathe in, crossing at the waist. Beautiful smiles, cross at the chin. Inhale, lift into the sky. And lower. One more. Biggest smile you have today. Breathe in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Just go at a pace of breath that works for you. Flowing. Swimming through the water. Up and down. Good. Close your eyes again for a moment. Lay your hands on your lower dantian or right below the belly button. That's what this area is called. You can even massage little circles, keeping that smile on your face like you're smiling down into your body. If you get dizzy, just gaze downward. Now we're gonna do tapping. So the tapping again can be done with your fist. You could use your fingertips. You can use a flat hand. We're gonna start. Again, you could also do this in a chair. So if you want to do the upper body in a chair and stand and do the legs, that'll give you a little break. Bending your head to one side, tap on the side of your neck, come across your shoulder, down the arm. Come all the way down to the end of your fingertips. Remember to think of your limbs as if they were rectangles. And when you get into the deep bends, we want to give extra tapping in there because these deep bending areas are more compromised on our body. When they're bent, the arteries are compressed, right? And then do the outside of the arm. And underside. Come to the palm, we're going to use the knuckle of your hand, and we're going to press into the middle of the palm. You could use your thumb, but we're just saving tendon strength using a knuckle. We're going to massage starting at the base of the hand. So come around the bottom and the outside of the hand. If you have, again, tendon issues, use your knuckles. Same thing will work. When you come to the fingers, you're going to pinch, rubbing back and forth. And when you get to the end, pinch. So rub and squeeze. Pinch. Go through each finger. If one feels more tender or maybe it's a little more painful, again, these exercises can be done more than once during the day. Certainly between our class is very helpful. We're going to wait and do the other side. So let's come to the other side of your body. I'm just going to sit for a second to show you that it's possible to do the upper body seated. So when you're watching your favorite Netflix series, you can be tapping on the sofa. And hopefully you have a chair you can sit forward on. All the way down into those hands. Knuckle into the center of the palm. Again, if it feels tender, it's saying, give me some more attention. And then we're going to go around the outside edge of the hand. Rubbing up the fingers. Squeeze at the end. Always start at the base, rubbing into the palm and going out through each digit. Pinch at the end. And when you get to the thumb, remember to go all the way down near your wrist. The base of that knuckle is a long one, big area. It's usually extra tender. This is the digit that most people have some tendon issue going in. Now lace your fingers opposite the way you normally do. Rotate your wrist. And then go in the other direction. Makes it feel like it's somebody else's wrist. It's very unusual feeling, right? All the reversing creates new pathways in your brain. So we want to keep it active. And now your choice, wrist, fist, fingertips, or a flat hand. We're going to tap across the back of the shoulder. I mean, as close as you can to your spine. Lift up the arm as much as you can. Tap down the back. And then up underneath the armpit, down the side of the body. Again, just working that lymph nodes. Down the front of the chest. And tapping, using your fingertips as you need to. Really lightly, or again, fingertips at the sternum where the heart is. It's also the thymus, so it stimulates your immune system. All right, go across to the other side. So come under the collarbone, stimulating that lung meridian. Tarzan sounds. Lift up. And we're going to come to the back. So let's start with the top of the shoulder. Remember, our movements always start up and go down. So we start at the top, down and bottom. Switching from fist to palm to fingertips as your body would prefer. And then we're going to do both fists. And if you want to give it a small engagement with your abdomen, it makes it a little less painful, but it will be uncomfortable right under your rib cage. That's where your diaphragm is. So that's normal. Do these top ways. Now we're going to do the back. So lean forward, whether you're standing or in a chair. Come up as high as you can. We go down 3 times near the center of the spine, the middle of the back, and the outside. And when you come up, if you will stand for the next part, come across your pelvic bone, and then tap right at the tailbone. The tailbone is the very beginning of your spine, which is key to the central nervous system. And if you tap the tailbone, it has a calming effect on your mind. You walk around tapping all day long if you're nervous. Come around to the front of the hip. And again, there's a little dent between the 2 hip bones. So tapping in that area helps stimulate the white blood cells. We're going to come across again to the groin, the area where your leg bends. So we're tapping in there, one or both hands. We go down the outside of the leg, one or both hands again. And start back at the top and do the front of the leg. The inside of the leg. And the back of the leg. So when you do the back of the leg, you want to start all the way up at the top and go over the glute like you're spanking yourself. Come at the upper part of the thigh, under the glute, down the back of the leg. And again, when you get to the back of the knee, extra tapping. Down to the ankle. Around the other side. So again, up to the hip bone, to the groin. So down the front of the leg. You can do any direction just so you get all four, top, bottom, and sides. Always starting at the top, moving down. And again, when you get to the glutes, come above the glutes. So start on that pelvic bone to the glutes, down the back of the hamstring. Extra tapping at the back of the neck. All the way down. We're going to brush next. So this brushing, you're going to sweep down your arms. Usually it's done about 3 times. Down the front of your body. And when you come down the front of the body, you might want to rotate your palms to the inside of your thighs. Brushing down and across your feet. Now we're going to do the back of the body, and we're going to come down the back of the legs or the side of the legs. So you can vary that. Sweeping down, brushing. Remember, your skin is an organ. So this little stimulation is for circulation. We're waking things up. Now we're going to do the hands and the feet, the head and the feet. So we're starting here at the head. If you want to take a chair again, it's perfectly okay. You can do this standing, of course, but you're going to be using your ring finger. I'm going to go over the points for the sinuses because it is that time of year. Everything's beautifully blooming and everyone's sinuses are going crazy. Ring fingers, bring it to your tear duct. So right on the side of the nose, press in and do around 9 circles in each direction. It's a random kind of number. One side may feel a little more comfortable than the other, but that's normal. And now again, we're going to slide down to the outside nostril and make your circles here. Reverse. Lay your fingers, your ring finger over your eye. Slide your finger down to the bottom of your cheekbone and push up. So I'm pushing up under the bone, and you're going to feel a little indentation in the bottom of the cheekbone. Press up into that bone, and that's where you rotate and make your circles. Go in the other direction. And now we're going to use the ring finger. We're going to come above the eye into the eyebrow where the hair is. Again, right above the middle of the eye. That's where we make our next circles. Go in the other direction. You get sinus headaches. These are the points. Use 2 fingers, ring finger, middle finger. Start at the corner of the eye and slide your finger to the hairline. Okay, and we're rotating at the temple. Remember, if any of these areas feel sore, tender, just go back and spend some extra time during the day. Very easy to do these a few times during the day, especially if you're having any kind of sinus issue. Next, we're going to bring your finger, so pick your longest finger, and we're going to slide it under your earlobe, straight back, again to where the hair and the skin connect. You'll feel another soft spot. And that's where we're going to press our fingers in and rotate. Make sure you're not gritting your teeth. Go in the other direction. Now continue sliding your fingers all the way back behind your skull. And where you feel the spine connecting up into the brain, on either side of the skull, there's a spot, a soft spot. And that's where we're going to slide our fingers, and then you're going to hook them up. So if you tilt your chin forward a little bit, slide the fingers and press them up on either side of this vertebrae, up under the skull. Now lift your head, and you can simply press straight up into the fingertips. If you want to rotate, you can. Or you can simply just push straight up. And let your head hang out at the top of your fingers. Now, bring your pincher fingers to the top of your ears. We're going to pinch the top of the ears. There are more points on the ears, but I just want to connect real quick to the headache point. So lay your middle finger on your thumb. Keep your thumb on the ears. Bring both fingers to the top of your head. Remove one hand. Push straight down into that space in the middle of your head. Again, there's a soft spot. If you struggle with headache or migraine, this is the point for you. And it's directly above the ears in the middle of the head. So that's a quick little way to find this point. You could rub it, but usually just pressing straight down is adequate. Hold it for about a minute. Your headache will go away. It's rather magical. Even better if you get someone else to do it for you. The great thing about this is self-therapy, so you don't need anybody else. Just need to remember to do it. Okay. Shake your hand if you'd like. And we're going to make little claw fingers with our fingers. Spread them out around your hairline and rotate. Massage. If you are someone who grits their teeth or grinds their teeth at night, it may feel a little tender around your cheekbone. That's normal. A lot of times people are holding tension in their face and they're clenching their jaw and they're not even aware of it. If that resembles you, you can smile. Come down under your jaw now. So right in front of the ear, on the outside edge of your jaw. It's a nice point. Getting rid of tension in the jaw. It's also, you feel that in your ears. So now we're going to come back with your fingers and we're going to spread them out again and come all the way back. And now rub your hands together and get them nice and warm. Lay them over your face. And very lightly, like your hands are barely touching your skin, sweep your hands up and around the outside edge of your face. Come under your chin. Lift up the front of your throat. Bring your palms to the crown of your head, parting your palms. To the bottom of the neck, tilt your chin forward. Slide your hands back to the top of the spine again. Press down on either side of the vertebrae. As your hands move toward the bottom of your neck, lift your chin. Breathe in. Exhale, hands over the ears to the bottom of the neck. Tilt the chin. Fingers to the top of the spine, press in. Again, breathe in. Exhale. Bottom of the neck, tilt the chin, come to the top of the spine, press in on either side of the vertebrae. And your hands slide down your neck. Take a moment with your eyes closed. Notice how your face feels different. So this little chi massage that we did helps to bring oxygen back up under your skin. It's very beneficial if you're feeling dis-ease in the body. We often hold tension in our face without being aware of it. And it's said to also give you a more youthful appearance because it brings oxygen up under your skin. So with a few minutes left, we're going to do a foot scrub. So again, you're going to use your knuckles. Come into a chair. If you haven't, you'll have to remove your socks. If it's chilly in your room, then kindly just do one at a time. So all of your toes don't get dirty. I mean, not dirty, cold. Okay, so use your knuckles. We're going to start in the middle of the foot, rubbing at the ball of the foot. And it's from the heel up toward the ball of the foot. Press in and move from the heel toward the ball of the foot. To the side, both sides. Use your thumb and fingers, and we're going to rub around the heel. On the top of the foot. You can either rub down with thumbs or use your knuckles. Go in between the soft spots for each toe. Always down and out. Pull the toes back. Use your curl fingers and massage the base of the toes so the palm is cupping the ball of your foot. We're going to do a quickie toe massage. So both fingers, using pincher fingers with both hands, start at the base of each toe. One hand will have the sides of the toe, the other hand is going to have the top and bottom. Wiggle to the end of the toe and pinch at the end. Start at the base of each toe, wiggle and pinch. And take your other hand and thread it between the toes. Rotate your ankle. So my fingers are laced between the toes like I'm holding my foot. Another thing you can do while you're engaging in some visual stimulation on the boob tube. And now both hands are going to come together. Rub top and bottom of the foot down to the toes. Again, remember, this can be done every day. It feels really nice to start or end your day. If you've walked a lot, feels good. You can also train someone else that lives with you. If you have someone else living with you. Okay, do it for each other. Go to the other foot. If it's not comfortable for you to cross your leg, remember that dryer ball that we mentioned earlier. Those are essential to helping put that circulation into the foot. So using the knuckle, rub into kidney 1 point. Remember, if it's sore, it's wanting you to give it some more time. Press down and sweep from the heel toward the ball of the foot. And the outside, and the inside. And then using fingers and thumb, both hands go around the heel. So you're in prostate area. At the top, and again, using your thumb or knuckles if you want to go deeper between the soft spots. In the soft spot, between the toes, I'm trying to say. Pull the toes back, claw hand, cup the ball of the foot and massage the base of the toes. And then using pincher fingers of both hands, start at the base of the toe, wiggle, squeeze and pinch at the end. Remember, the intention of all of this is to bring the blood into the fascia, which is that sheath of tissue that surrounds every bone and muscle and tendon in your body, every organ. So it dehydrates as we age, but it also, when you have an injury or scar tissue, that area benefits from having blood flowing back into it. Especially if you've like torn a muscle or something, it's the fascia you want to repair. So after you've gone through all your toes, place your fingers between them. Rotate the ankle. And then rub the top and the bottom of your foot. And when you're finished, rub your palms together once again. Get them nice and warm. Turn your palms to face each other. Close your eyes. Gently press your palms toward each other without touching. Bring that smile back into your face as you allow the awareness to come to that tingling feeling between your palms, knowing that tingling feeling is ions. We prefer to call it that. It's the life force energy that's living through everything in the universe, including a living blade of grass. This is the energy that we cultivate during our practice. When we direct that inward, we can direct it toward our own healing. So you may want to take a moment now to direct your mind inward to a part of your body that you would like healed. If you're feeling very great today, maybe you send it out, your intention, to someone else. Remember, energy follows intention, so we can set our intention to our own healing and be proactive. Let your palms come together and touch them together. And bring that smile back if you've lost it. Remember that what you've done here may not show on the outside, but you've honored that beautiful, beautiful vessel that you've been given to live in. It was my honor to be here with you today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a beautiful week. I hope to see you either at 9 on Thursday for yoga or next Monday at 10:30. Have a beautiful week. Thanks for being here.